how does a sourdough? Testing different inclusions to see if it's a hit or a miss. Bone broth edition. For this experiment, instead of using water in a traditional sourdough recipe, I'm going to be using bone broth. So I started by mixing bone broth, salt, levain, and flour, and gave it a thorough mix. After I mixed into a shaggy dough, I covered and let it sit for 1 hour to rest. After an hour of rest, it's time to perform stretch and folds. I did a total of 3 sets of stretch and folds and 1 coil fold at the end. So I'm starting the stretch and fold here by stretching the dough up and folding over the other side. You should do this at least 4 times or until you get some resistance from the dough. Cover and let it rest for 30 to 45 minutes. After letting the dough rest, we're going to repeat the same process and do another set of stretch and folds. After the second set of stretch and folds, we're going to cover and let it again rest for 30 to 45 minutes. It's now time for a third set of stretch and folds. Can you see how much smoother dough has gotten? Again, cover, let it rest for 30 to 45 minutes. So for our final fold, we're going to do coil folds here. It's just a little bit more gentler than stretch and folds. After you're done with coil folds, cover and let it finish bulk fermentation. So after a couple hours, bulk fermentation is complete. The dough is airy, there is air bubbles, and the dough has grown in size. Now it's time to shape. I'm going to shape as you can see here. Place the dough in a rice flour lime banneton, stitch the dough, and cold ferment in the fridge overnight. After an overnight cold proof, this is what the dough looks like. We're going to place the dough onto a parchment paper. Score the dough. And bake in a preheated Dutch oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes lid on and 430 degrees Fahrenheit with 30 minutes lid off. And this is the final result. So how did a sourdough? It was okay. You could taste the bone broth and texturally it was a bit more chewy. There wasn't a super crispy crust that I'm a fan of. Honestly, I probably want to make this again because plain sourdough tastes better. But for people wanting a little more protein, this isn't a bad option.
맛있어. 단짠단짠. 다른 맛 안 나? 응.